So Monty Williams is out. Um, Trajan Langdon, uh, basketball president of operations for the Detroit Pistons, has decided he is not in the future of this franchise, and I'm not completely mad about it. Um, maybe this individual, Trajan Langdon, is coming in. He's like, look, we're going to do this right. We're going to build it from the bottom up. Though he's working with a team owner who hasn't shown the ability to do that, and he doesn't necessarily have the track record to prove that he can. But hey, you know what? I'm here for it. Let's see what happens. I do hope that he keeps around Jaden Ivey. I think the Brandon Ingram um, shortcut just isn't worth it in the long run. Um, I think Jaden Ivey should be in their long term plans, along with Cade Cunningham in this young core. I've said it over and over in my videos as of late that this young core is about as talented as any. They just do not have the continuity. They do not have the consistency. They do not have the support to really see what their talent can do. I know last season was an attempt to do that, and I think we saw flashes. We saw Jaden Ivey take over games and beat a playoff Sacramento Kings team. We saw Cade Cunningham look unstoppable and forcing teams to practically go into a box and one. We've seen Asar Thompson look like a defensive player of the year. Um, we watched Isaiah Stewart expand his game to shoot, 37, 38% from three on 4 attempts a game, playing inside and out, showing that kind of like that hybrid four, of like the PJ Washington, the Maxi Kleba type of a role player where you can hit threes, play some small ball center, also play power forward, defend multiple positions, score in the interior, maybe some pick and roll, right? Just extremely versatile. And then Jaylen Durham. Jaylen Durham is still extremely young, going into his third season in the NBA, and I think that this is the year that we see him take a jump, along with Marcus Sasser. Look, he was shot over league average as a rookie, despite all the turnover, all the changes. One thing that stayed the same was his game. The boy can get buckets. He can shoot. And then you bring in Quentin Grimes. He looks great. Sorry. He has looked great throughout his career, even though his time with the Detroit Pistons early on was a little bit, um, leaving a lot to be desired in terms of his scoring efficiency. Now, defense, playing within the flow, showing the ability to play without the ball, off ball, on ball, um, he was fine. And then we have Simone Fontecchio. Simone Fontecchio showed to be that dead-eye sniper that they brought him in for. And I think that he's going to be a great addition. And James Wiseman took some steps. As always, he's this tantalizing talent that as long as you're not overpaying for him, he's still more than worth his weight in gold, as long as you only give him a couple of shekels of gold, right? Don't give him the whole box of gold, right? You want to give him just enough. And then Taj Gibson and such and such. But the real talk of the day is what are they going to do as far as the head coach? Now, I would like some fresh blood. And I know that there are different options out there. You got the Sam Cassells. You got JB Bickerstaff, which I don't think JB would want this job. I would not want this job if I'm JB, just because of all the disruption, all the inconsistency. They're firing a coach they just signed to a major deal in year one. Got a lot of young players. What is the expectation of this team? And I think that these are some of the questions that I think Trajan Langdon needs to answer. I think these would be great media questions for them to ask him. What are his expectations for this team? Because it's going to frame the type of coach he goes out to hire and the potential types of moves that he does throughout this offseason. Is he going to go in and just revamp the roster, gut it out, and say, hey, we got a lot of really talented young pieces that we can flip for veteran players who are ready to win now, put them around, let's say, Cade Cunningham and Asar Thompson. I really think Asar is an incredible talent. I'm a big fan of his. And then, maybe Duran, Ivy, everyone else, they could be flipped for pieces. And then they can get back into winning. I don't know. I don't know what Trajan Langdon's offseason plans are, but as I said, we're here for it. Now, when we think about this offseason, in terms of options available, we already see the Chicago Bulls are making moves. Trading Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey, I thought was a a great move to be able to pencil in somebody in a position of need rather than stick with having a lot of depth at the same spot. Kobe White is your starter, right? But I don't necessarily think that Kobe White is a point guard. He's more of an off guard at 6'5". He's a dead eye shooter. Shows that he can get hot, lead a team in scoring, and I think that that's a great bonus for this team. At the same time, I also think that Chicago is going to be able to jump in and revamp this offense to really get out and running with Josh Giddey. I think they're going to try to get faster and more athletic. Um, and so, with that said, I also think there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be looking to move pieces. But here's the thing that you don't want to get took. What you don't want to do is take back bad contracts, guys that you're going to be locked in with. I said this before. Uh, kind of how the old Cleveland Cavaliers tried to build around LeBron James the first time, and they brought in an old Antoine Jameson, an old Shaquille O'Neal, a bunch of old veterans who were short-lived and really didn't get LeBron there, and then he ended up leaving. I think if they take that route and try to take a shortcut, they could put themselves in that position because it's one thing that a superstar doesn't want to see is you give away talent, young talent, for old talent that can't stay healthy and isn't reliable and won't last long. And so I want to see what they do. It's going to be interesting because there's a lot of opportunity, even though this draft mostly has a bunch of B-list players, a bunch of guys who at best can become Chris Middleton level. Um, I am going to drop a video on Matas Buzelis. I think he's the second option to Ron Holland in the draft. But I would really love to see someone do an interview with Trajan Langdon and what his outlook for this team and this offseason is. But as always, I want to know what you all think. Get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this current move to let go of Monty Williams. I know a lot of you have been clamoring for that. It's done. It's here. Let's see if they can bring in somebody better. I like Sam Cassell, guys like that. But we'll see. We'll see. But if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button for me, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. I'm going to holler at y'all in the comment section. Share the video, chop it up with your friends in the group chats, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.